So I see that everyone is posting their apartments through Housing Connect, so I decided to post mine. This is my 2-bedroom apartment, and this is the kitchen. I moved in this apartment in December of 2023, so yes, I am still furnishing the apartment and getting things together. This is my bedroom, and I have a walk-in closet in my bedroom as well. The apartment is pretty spacious, so I do love that. This is the hallway closet, which I use for everything because I only have one closet outside the bedroom. This is my son's bedroom, and he also has a walk-in closet as well. And last but not least, this is the bathroom. Thank you guys for watching my video.
Hi, I am Kenya and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to do a little Housing Connect talk. So as I've stated in previous videos, I work in the field of affordable housing in New York City, and the company that I work for does process some of the applications for the Housing Connect properties. I am chronically online, and I commonly see videos of people complaining about their Housing Connect buildings and how they're moving out. They can't take it. It's the ghetto. They have to go, okay? And I just want to say that Housing Connect does prioritize people that live in shelters, which are like people who probably have been homeless for years, people with severe mental issues and personality disorders. And Housing Connect prioritizes like people living with HIV. And I just feel like not just Housing Connect, but most New York City housing programs, New York City has several housing programs, they prioritize people in shelters and people living with HIV. So that's number one. So when you are moving into any Housing Connect property, that there will be people in there that are completely off their rocker, and even though it's a nice luxury building, and that's not something that you would expect to see, and that's just the reality of it, and that's just that.
One of the main complaints about Housing Connect is affordability. Are the apartments even affordable because the rent always appear to be too darn high?
Have you ever tried looking for an apartment on Housing Connect and found that everything is too expensive for how much you earn?
If so, you're definitely not alone.
As soon as you start looking for affordable housing, Area Median Income, or AMI, is an acronym that you see all the time. And AMI is something that the federal government uses to set rents in affordable housing. So the higher the AMI, the more expensive the affordable housing is. Unfortunately, AMI isn't just your neighborhood or just your city. It's all of New York City plus the surrounding suburbs. So that's Putnam, Westchester, and Rockland counties. What ends up happening is that AMI pushes rents in affordable housing up because of the high cost adjustment.
Decided to take a closer look at what most New York households actually make and compare it to AMI. The average New York household makes 71% of the area median income, which means that most New York City households would be considered low income. In the Bronx, the median household income is just 38% of AMI, whereas in Manhattan it's 95%. A lot of the affordable housing that gets built in New York City is then out of reach for the households who need it. In New York City, most Black and Latinx households earn less than half of the area median income. For example, under the old 421A program, a so-called affordable apartment built in the Bronx would be available to somebody who made more than 3 times the average household income in the Bronx.
So first things first about that video, each neighborhood has a different AMI. It's not just each borough with a different AMI, it's each neighborhood. If you are in Manhattan, the AMI for Midtown Manhattan may be different from the AMI in Hudson Yards. And it would be different for the AMI in Harlem. You get what I'm saying? And if you are in the Bronx, it might be different in the Hunts Point area versus a different area of the Bronx. And so the AMI is different in each neighborhood. And I think that people don't realize that. They really just think it's by borough. And so this is why when you look on the Housing Connect website, some apartments are more in different Manhattan neighborhoods or different Brooklyn neighborhoods. Is because the AMI is different in those neighborhoods. So another complaint that I've seen is the size of the Housing Connect apartments. They're normally really small. The finishes are just not as good as the finishes in the market rate apartments overall. And from what I've learned from my affordable housing courses that I have taken is that when developers are building these buildings, you are not supposed to just put all the affordable housing tenants on one floor and have different finishes for that apartment versus the market rate rent apartments. That's just what I learned in my courses. However, developers do definitely make the finishes and the affordable units different from the market rate apartments. And I know in New Jersey, where the market rate rent apartments will have stainless steel appliances, the affordable ones would have black appliances. They'll still be nice, like black appliances, nice, you know, refrigerators, but it's like, how much more would it have cost to just put stainless steel? Like, because when I bought my stainless steel refrigerator, I feel like the black ones and the stainless steel ones were like the same prices. It's just so weird to me.
A dead giveaway that the apartments are not market rate are the appliances, the countertops, and the bathroom sink, because the bathroom sink mostly is always just the sink, but no storage underneath. Now, where are people supposed to store their toiletries and such? Developers do better.
And another complaint that I've been seeing on TikTok are people complaining about how the buildings were really nice when they moved in. Now their buildings are completely trashed, it's unkept, and it's just it's a nightmare. What I will say with that is you have to figure out who the owner of the property is. Who is the owner of this property? And then y'all need to all get together and write letters to corporate. Somebody needs to come together and create a petition. All the tenants need to sign a petition and send it to management so that something could be done. Because a lot of the times upper management has no idea that their buildings are in shambles and are falling apart, because a lot of the times they hire property management companies to keep up with their properties. So a lot of the times they don't know these things are going on. So you have to find out who owns the property. Who is the owner? Who's the owner? Do your Googles, and you need to start writing those letters to corporate. And that's the problem. It's who is running the property. Now I know for a fact we have properties in Manhattan that are affordable housing. They're magnificent. People love them. People absolutely love them. And then you have some buildings that are just in shambles. And I really feel like a lot of it is mindset. Say for instance you were in a shelter, or you are coming from NYCHA, and then you move on up and you are able to get a brand new nice apartment. When you are able to move on up and get those nice apartments, like, there has to be a mindset shift. Some people still have the same mindset they had when they were living in the slums, in the ghetto.
To better explain what is happening with the Housing Connect apartments, please listen to the following Housing Connect tenants share their experiences.
Or the housing lotteries that you...
The crazy thing is, so we're not complaining about the apartment itself. That's the crazy thing, and I think that's what people are not understanding. We're not complaining about the apartment itself. We're complaining about the conditions of the building. Yeah, a lot of us come from the projects, myself included. I come from the projects, Brownsville projects to be exact. Like, I've been in the buildings with the pissy hallways and the pissy elevators, and the nasty stairwells. I've been there. So for me to move out of the projects into a brand new, newly constructed 6-year-old building, my building is probably one of the older buildings at that. 6 years. And if you look at my building looked like it's been here the same amount of time the NYCHA building's been here. And my building was a NYCHA building that got knocked down. We're not complaining about our apartments. Baby, I love my apartment. I put that key in my door and I am in the happiest place. The happy place, okay? It's when we're coming in our buildings and we're getting harassed by people who don't live here, who's in the building. It's, oh, we're going to check our mail and you got kids who don't live in this building, or grown adults who don't live in this building, because I'm pretty sure you would know who live in your building, who don't live in this building, loitering by your mailboxes, getting your packages stolen from people who don't live in this building, let alone getting packages stolen from people who live in the building. Let's get into the tenants, okay? We shouldn't have to go in the hallway to go dump your trash, and there's trash in the hallway. Okay, my building is a smoke-free building supposedly. Why is it that when I go down the steps, I'm stepping in the guts of backwoods? The guts of backwoods. You know. Yeah, so we're not complaining about our apartments. Very grateful for our apartments. We are complaining about the unsanitariness. That's not even a fucking word. We're complaining about the unsanitary and the health hazards that a lot of these tenants, a lot of our neighbors are putting us in. And yes, a lot of people, if they had the means to move, yes, I'm pretty sure they would move in a heartbeat. If I had the means to move, Buki, I was moving, okay? I currently do not. And I'll be very honest, I currently do not. So guess what? I'm going to stay in my apartment. But am I going to be upset because I got to step outside my apartment door in hopes that I'm not stepping in dog shit that somebody let their dogs do in front of your apartment door? Am I going to complain about me going to the trash room and there's trash, people's baby diapers just thrown in there, garbage thrown in there, the whole compactor? Coming off the elevator and you see someone's dirty, bloody, pissy mattress linked up on the wall. Or their couch from in the house. You don't know what was in the house. So yeah, we are going to complain. We're going to complain. We have the right to. Some people are paying upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 for 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, okay? I got lucky. I got my apartment pre-COVID. I know people who are paying $1,300 for studios. And even then, yes, we are still going to complain because we want it to be, you know, like sanitary. Is that all? Is that a lot? That seems like a lot to ask for. Apparently, we're complaining. So when you get your lottery apartment, I pray you do. Pray to God you do. I pray that you don't have to go through the unsanitary conditions that a lot of us are going through right now. One of my homegirls just posted a video of the water out of her lottery apartment that was brown. Browner than me. Okay? I'm a little brown. Browner than me. So yeah, we are going to complain because we're paying our hard-earned money for this. So yeah, let us complain. When you put yourselves in our shoes or when you get in that position, don't come on here complaining. Because we couldn't complain. Because we're complaining and it's bothering you guys. Okay?
So everyone's thirsty to get an apartment on Housing Connect. It's cheap, it's nice, it's so-called luxury. No, the fuck it's not, okay? I've been living here since 2020. This building was built in 2016. There should be no way that this laundry room is looking like this. And when I moved here, I was quickly humbled because this is okay compared to my first time coming into a laundromat. But look what you're gonna get. Machines, you can never fucking use them. Molds, okay? Let's go. I couldn't even use this machine. Let's see. This is the kicker right here. This is what gets me. Look at this shit. What the fuck is that? That's mold. It's fucking mold. Look, nasty, disgusting. And they have the nerve to be charging $3,000 for a studio or $2,000 for a studio. Luxury. No, the fuck it's not, because this is what you're gonna get after a couple of years living here. Okay? This building is not even 10 years old. It should be no reason why this building is looking like this. And it's funny because this is only the laundry room where it's supposed to be clean. You're supposed to feel comfortable coming in here. I don't even want to show y'all the hallway. I don't even want to show y'all the fucking hallway. Alright? So yeah. It's not correct to what it's going to be. When you first move in, yes, but after a couple of years, this is what you're going to get. And this is in the Bronx. All right.
And like I said, it's a mindset thing, and I just feel like we all grew up differently. When you are living in affordable housing, each year there is going to be an apartment inspection.
Y'all, why I come home in my apartment complex and left a note on the door talking about they about to be inspecting apartments. What it say? Hold on, let me get my glasses. They said they going to be inspecting apartments from 5:16 to 5:17 between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and your presence is not necessary. Bitch, my presence isn't necessary, though? Yes, it is, bitch. First of all, what are y'all inspecting? I inspect that you should expect to take your ass. Don't even come in my apartment. Ain't nothing you need to see. What are y'all about to be looking for? What inspection needs to be had, bitch? If it was something wrong, I would have gave y'all a call like I do all the time. And these apartments are just built, baby. When I moved over here, they didn't even have no grass. They just built, they just put some man-made trees out there, NPC trees. Like, this is brand new. Ain't nothing to be inspecting. Ain't nothing wrong. Take your ass on.
Mandatory inspections will occur annually for each affordable housing unit.
And I know some people, they're like, inspection for what? What you need to come in here and look at? But you would be surprised how downhill the inside of someone's apartment can get within a year. And like I said, we all grew up differently. And when you're living in apartments, it's lots of units in one building. The last thing you want is to take pride in your apartment and where you live, and you have it nicely decorated. You take your time in making it a home. You clean, you make sure your place is clean and spotless. You do all the things, but your next door neighbor, they hoarding. They got stuff everywhere, trash. That's how you start to get, you know, insects and rodents, and you don't want that. I love knowing that the apartments will be inspected so that if anything is out of order, it could be addressed, okay? It could be addressed. I remember years ago I was watching an episode of Hoarders, right? And this was like a 2-family house, right? The tenants that lived upstairs came home, and it was a dump truck outside of their house. And there were men walking in and out of the first floor apartment with the white suits on, the hazmat suits, throwing all types of trash. Now, this person lives upstairs, and they keep their apartment is like nice and neatly arranged and spotless, and they were flabbergasted and befuddled to know that their downstairs neighbor's home was a hoarder house. They couldn't believe that all the time that they lived in this house, that they were living above an apartment that was in that bad of a condition. So that is the purpose of an inspection. And with my position at my job, I work in the compliance department, and I see a lot of the inspection reports, and some of these inspection reports are crazy. There's stuff everywhere, there's clutter, there's trash everywhere. Like, the inspection reports are so detailed. So this is why inspections are very much so important, because if not, the building would just go down, and nobody wants to live somewhere where it's an infestation. And so that is the whole point of inspections, okay? So that's it for my Housing Connect talk. If you have any questions about the Housing Connect program, leave them in the comments, and I will make sure that I address them. So I hope that this video was helpful. I know I get a little chatty, but I'm a professional yapper, okay? And if you have made it this far into the video, I would like to thank you guys for coming to kick it with me today, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Toodles!